Reading for July 31st, entitled, I Will Lift Up Mine Eyes. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. Psalm 121, verse 1. Dear children Edson and Emma, here I am at Mr. Fair's, husband to your cousin Addie Clough Fair, looking out and upward upon mountains of perpendicular rocks estimated at 500 feet high. Mr. Walling took us up the mountains. We feared sometimes that we should never reach the top. We had a commanding view of the country. We could look down upon Black Hawk and Central and see all there was of both cities. The mountain scenery of Colorado can never be described so that the imagination can gather distinct and correct ideas of this country. It is wonderful. It is marvelous. The scenery of the grand old mountains, some bald and others covered with trees. Instinctively, the mind is awed, and deep feelings of reverence bow the soul in humiliation as the imagination gathers a sense of the power of the infinite. I would not be deprived of the privilege of seeing what I have of the mountain scenery of Colorado for a considerable sum. I walked miles yesterday up the steep mountains, and I did not get to rest until past 11 o'clock. But this morning I'm up at 5, bright and active. This trip among the mountains is doing much for my health. None of you were aware of my miserable state of health. I knew it would not make home better to complain when I left Battle Creek. Father is better, we are sure, but he has times of shortness of breath and faintness or giddiness. He is careful of his diet. Mr. Walling is very earnest that we should go with him across the snowy mountain range to what is called the Park, on the other side of the snowy range. We should have to ride on ponies over the mountains. Our provisions for 3 or 4 weeks would be taken in a wagon. All of us would have to ride on the ponies over the mountains, while 2 horses would draw the provisions and blankets for lodging. When there over the mountains, we are away from all settlements, and must carry everything along that we need. Be sure, my children, to keep your souls free in the Lord, and then He will lead you. The meek will He guide in judgment, the meek will He teach His way. Your Father is perfectly cheerful and happy. We had precious seasons of prayer before God in the groves and mountains, in behalf of ourselves and you, and the cause and work of God at Battle Creek. Taken from Letter 12, dated July 31st, 1872, to Edson and Emma White.